There, I made sure to unmute people, and hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Taking Strahd Seriously, Part 11. I am very excited for tonight's game because we have with us a special guest star, our dear friend JD Lady, and I would also like to say today is June 25th, 2019, and you are loved. And to all of those fans and viewers and people who don't know it yet, who are celebrating Pride Month, I would like to say we are proud of you. You guys are doing a great job just being the people that you are trying to be. And at the end of the day, we really can't expect anything more of you other than to just be yourself. So keep at it. You're doing the best job that you can. We love you guys. Other important things to remember. We do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I was going to say Friday, but that's not the case. At 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here at twitch.tv/indooradventures. If this is your first time joining us and you would like to find out what the hell happened to all of these other adventures, how did you guys get to part 12? Well, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures and check out the VODs that we post there, or you can go to any place that we have audio casts and you can find our podcasts. So that way you can carry us around, keep us in your pocket for a good time while you're at work or on the train or during a commute or something. Other than that, we have a Discord set up, so if you are interested in hanging out with any of these lovely people, simply use !Discord in the chat, and then you will get a link like so. We also have it in the description of our Twitch video, so you can join us there. If you also want to support the show, there is our Patreon where we do Nights in the Courtyard, our after show where we answer questions from the community and each other. And if Twitch doesn't really fit your style, Patreon doesn't fit your style, and if you are looking for maybe some new style to add, have I got an ad for you. Guys, did you know we got posters, we got t-shirts, we got crop tops, we got sweatshirts, we have so many things. We even have the bigger battler mug, which holds a solid 15, well, I would say solid 15 ounces of liquid, but solid and liquid are not thing. You could probably put a lot of ice in it. But yes, we have the Goreblast Stompfoot Gymnasium gear, we have the Indoor Adventures gear, we have, again, the Moon Maidens poster, as well as t-shirts that you can get there. We got all sorts of stuff that you can find at bit.ly/adventure merch, because that's where we keep all of our stuff. And I am going to be trying to get more stuff added to the store. Because Streamlabs only has a specific limit on the things that I can actually put up on the shop, certain items are going to be eventually taken down. So if there are any of them that you are interested in, I would suggest picking them up before they disappear. So with that, I think that's my merch spiel, which is nice. So, RJ, who are you playing tonight?
Hello, I'm RJ here, and I'm playing Speedy, the Human Ranger.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I think I'm next.
Yes.
I am playing Silme, the half-elf wizard.
I'm the Indoor Adventurer, and I will be playing Kefrismal Rezka, the Mongrel Folk Barbarian. And then, Danae, would you like JD to introduce herself now, or at a later time?
Absolutely. JD, who are you going to be playing tonight?
Hi, I'm JD Lady, and I will be playing Rosalia, the Human Rogue.
Ooh. And I'm Danae Keener. I'm the GM for today. We're going to go ahead and start this off, as always, with the recap. Last time, Bartholomew, Irina, and the Malrezkas fled Vallaki and stopped by Lake Baratok to seek out an artifact to help defeat Strahd. During a short diversion involving a magic bottle, Bartholomew and Irina made amends, realizing that they were once childhood friends before being separated by a wolf attack. Having found the artifact, the group was suddenly ambushed by a werewolf named Laszlo. After driving him off, the group was disappointed to find that the burgomaster of Kresik would not allow them entry into the city without first doing them a favor, delivering a shipment from the Wizard of Wine's vineyard to the south. Now, Making camp outside of the stone walls of Krezek, a light snow begins to dust the ground around your feet. The air chills you to the bone. As Maybell gathers wood for the fire, Bartholomew gathers the Malrezkas for a talk.
So, I told you a long time ago. Well, 2 days ago.
It feels like months.
Business. When a hunter in my village is bitten by a werewolf, there is a period of time called a trial moon in between when they are bitten and the next full moon, where they're supposed to be watched by other hunters. And if they do turn into a werewolf, they receive their kindness. And for the outsiders here, that means they are taken out of Vallaki and executed.
That's very harsh for something that's, curable.
We hunt wolves, and not a lot of people know about. There's a cure. Wait. There's a cure?
I mean, there could be. It depends on what it is. I mean, if it's a curse, then it's something very easily cured.
Are you telling me that we've been doing it so wrong for hundreds of years?
How many people have died this way? Sure, like
I
clerics.
don't know. I can count on my I can't count how many people have probably died, executed, for being a werewolf.
Well, I'm sorry that I brought it up so crassly. But yes, it's something that I've actually been looking into. It's Danae. It's something I've been looking into, actually. It's one of the things that there are some things that I will need for the spell, but I mean, it's not that. It's just kind of I touch you and then you're cured.
You outsiders are weird.
You murder people.
That's what honestly.
Like I'm on both ends. Yes, this is weird. Your method of dealing with things, fucking terrifying. Silme also did know how much a child went for on the black market, so I still have reservations about that whole mess. But
We are a village of wolf hunters.
why not
If you turn into a wolf, you get hunted.
Yes.
We're just arguing over semantics at this point.
Danae, I'm sorry, Dungeon Mistress,
Hello.
do I know at this point what it would take to remove this curse from whomever was bitten? Because we don't know that Speedy was bitten yet, right?
Okay. The way that you go about removing curses, it's the same basic modus operandi for pretty much any curse, including lycanthropy.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that changes is the particular component that you need in order to do so.
Right.
You don't know for sure what the component is for lycanthropy yet. You need to do some research on that first.
Okay, anyway, I bring this up because, he bends down and he pulls up his pant leg. And you can see, jaw marks. Laszlo bit me.
Oh my.
Wait, hold up. When you said that you were going to wait to see if myself or Silme ended up going through this trial moon period, if we had turned to wolves, would you have just killed us?
We're getting off the topic.
No, this is...
I feel like this is the topic that we should be. All right. Regardless of the things that could have, would have, should have, may have been done to us, I just need to do some research, and I can figure out if you were bitten and it was taken into your bloodstream. I just need to know what components I need, and then I can just cure you. And probably Laszlo too.
Hundreds of years of tradition.
Sorry.
Make a new tradition where you heal these people until there are none left.
Well,
Isn't
I don't
that
think
the
any of
ultimate
it.
hunt?
Well, for one, I live in Vallaki.
Well, you outlaw magic, which
That
you know,
outlaws
like,
magic.
yeah, yes. So maybe you should like not do that, and
To be
you
fair,
can
that
figure
was
out
the
ways to
burgomaster.
save lives.
It was the burgomaster who outlawed magic, not the general populace, I don't think. Unless it was. He was weird. I didn't like him.
Are we going to have to deal with him again?
I really hope
If we go
not,
back.
because he'll want to invite me to dinner, or he'll want to kill me for not showing up to the dinner that he invited me to.
Well, regardless, we're going to have to steal away Leo at some point because he is a sweet boy.
I am not equipped to take care of a child out
Well, I'm
in
not
the
saying
wilds.
now. Obviously not. Well, we're in danger, but before we leave.
Speedy has gotten up to help Maybell with firewood.
And at this point, the wind really is just blowing right through your clothes, which really aren't equipped for this kind of weather. It is very cold for
All right.
you guys.
That's quite enough of that. Do you think we should make camp here?
We're right next to the city. They said that they would at least protect us if anything happened, because we're so close to the wall. If we leave, I'm not particularly sure what would happen.
All right, well, then I should get started. And she kind of pulls out some crystal beads that she has and starts laying them in a circle. And she's like doing some sort of chant and speaking some weird language, making some hand gestures for about a minute. And she's gonna cast Tiny Hut. Tiny Hut.
Oh, when'd you pick up Tiny Hut?
Just
During this level
now.
up?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
I was like, this would be very useful.
What are you doing?
And like she kind of breathes out and the crystals light up, and then like there's a flash and this clear side sort of like force field like dome appears in the circle, and go on in.
Very
You're such a
tentatively.
I put my boot to his butt and kick him in.
It is very comfortable. It's dry. It's very nice.
Oh. This is actually quite lovely, to be honest.
Is it like there's a space heater in there?
A little, just like a little bit of airflow, you know?
So it doesn't get stale.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
Is there enough room
Alright.
for all of us in here?
Well, we'll have to get cozy, but yes.
All right. Cool. Irina will start moving things into there from the cart carriage. You know, the thing with the horses.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all set up camp for the night?
Mhm.
Yes.
All right. What are watches?
I'll take first watch with Maybell.
Okay.
Girls, boys.
Sure.
Okay.
Seems fine to me. Let Irina sleep.
Oh, Irina will stay up with the girls as well.
All right.
Girls' night.
Fine.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
And everyone is allowed in the tent. All of the people who are traveling with us. Abby. Irina has a little bit of trouble at first, and then she gets going. Just saying.
He has a little trouble with what now?
Getting in the hut at first, like it blocks her, and then I got a 19.
A 19?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right.
21.
So, Kefris, you haven't gotten much sleep the night previous.
No. Not at all.
Cool.
I'm exhausted poop.
All right. So, you're going to dream tonight.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Kefris, you are running through the trees. And at this point, you know that fighting is not an option. You don't know what is pursuing you, but every time you get tired and slow down, you can hear the snap of a branch, the rustle of twigs, as whatever is pursuing you approaches once more, and you have to start running again. And you are beginning to reach the end of your ropes when the trees suddenly part and you come to a clearing. There's a lake, and the moon is silhouetting a single dead tree. And there is something in the tree. It's crouched over like some sort of primate. Its arms are hanging down below its body. Its legs kind of bunched up underneath it like a frog. And dripping from its arms is blood coming from cuts in the forearms in some sort of bastardization of the Ilmateri cords. And this creature looks up at you, and you lock eyes again with the beast. And it leaps down from the tree and disappears into the bushes. And you hear what's pursuing you approach. And you turn around and see the figure of Bartholomew. And he is pointing a crossbow at you. And he says, "This is a kindness."
Do I have any agency in this moment at all, or am I just like feeling this happen?
What would you do in that situation?
In this situation, I would try and talk to Speedy if possible. And just, what do you mean? I'm still me. I have not changed into a were-person. I am fine. We've been through this. We're cool.
And he will slash open his arm. His bow will begin to spark with electricity. And he just sinks a bolt into your shoulder. And we're going to cut back to Silme, because with your perception check, you realize that Kefris is raging again in his bed. and I guess it's his bedroll. His blankets are all twisted up under him, and he's just making very uncomfortable sounds.
Oh, geez Louise. All right, big... Oh, I thought I just closed all of my tabs. Okay. Let's see. Do I have something for this?
So, last time when I was raging, you said I had horns. What, like, is it... How is it appearing on, like, what does my sister see exactly? Mostly just because I am curious.
Oh, I'll tell you. Silme, you approach Kefris?
Yes.
All right. He is just sort of writhing and twisting, and he has got scales up and down his neck, just like going all the way up over his jaw and over his eye, and up on his forehead there is a single large horn just kind of jutting out in one direction, and he twists his head to the other side, and there's a smaller horn there that is jutting out in a slightly different direction. And his claws are longer now. He has this rough, scaly appearance to his complexion in general.
Okay.
His teeth are sharp.
Silme's gonna crawl over to him, which is like rolling over, I guess. And she's going to like kind of like get next to him and shake him and speak to him softly, and she'll use frostbite on him to like make him cold so that he'll wake up.
Okay.
So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I have advantage on it.
What? Oh,
Is this a...
Because a spell was cast within 5 feet of me. But because I'm unconscious, I would have disadvantage, so it just evens out flat.
Just evens out. Is this a touch spell?
No. Wait.
Okay.
No. But I am going to be touching him.
16.
Damn it. I think that makes Yep. So you don't take anything, but Silme's gonna be shaking him. Kefris!
Okay, that's enough. Kefris's eyes will fly open, and they are this bright yellow with a reptilian slitted pupil.
No! Bad Kefris! Bad Kefris!
I'm sorry.
Calm down. It's all right. You're okay. You are fine. And she just like takes him and strokes him. It's all right.
I am just dead eyeing Speedy.
It was just a dream, Kefris.
And as he comes out of his rage, you can see the transformation that he underwent during his sleep begin to recede somewhat. But those horns are still poking out a little bit through his hair. And while you hold your brother, you can tell that his skin is definitely rougher than it was before.
I'm going to figure out what's happening to you, Kefris.
It's getting harder to sleep, to stay asleep.
I know.
It was like when we were in the woods. And those wolves were after us, but it wasn't wolves. I think it was me chasing me. And then I woke up.
You're going to be fine, Kefris. No one's going to hurt you. And you're not going to hurt anyone that we don't want to hurt.
He just kind of nods. And he's definitely just like holding you as close as he can.
Mm-hmm.
He's very scared.
Maybell?
Yes, Silme?
Do you have anything that might help him sleep better?
I could make a cup of tea.
That'd be great if you could, thank you.
Oh, of course. And Maybell kind of has this concerned look on her face. As though, and like, you know, she busies herself as though like this is the only thing that she can do, so he's sure as heck gonna do it. DM question.
Sure.
Who has the holy symbol?
I do. Because we gave it to the acolyte. It was me.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's who you are.
Yes. Was. At one point.
Shut up.
Goddamn. All right. What's your plan now?
How long is left in the watch?
She puts down her bowl.
How long is a watch normally? Like 4 hours?
4 and 4, yeah.
Yeah, it was right at the end of your watch that he had started raging.
It's just about done, but I think you should try to rest a little bit. Maybe just. She's gonna like lower him onto her lap and stroke his hair and comb it with her fingers.
That's right. You go back to sleep, Mr. Kefris. I'll take the second watch. She'll plunk a cup of tea down next to Kefris.
He tries to think of a reason why she shouldn't, but if he knows what she has made mention multiple times, like, I'm a familiar, I don't have to sleep, I don't have to eat. Man, he is too tired to deal with this magic bullshit right now. He is going to drink his cup of... He is going to drink his... I was going to say cup of sleep, but it's cup of tea is the right thing to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Oh, if only you could drink sleep.
Oh, right? That'd be so good. He is going to be... He's going to, like, pull out the holy symbol because previously you described it as, like, kind of radiating this kind of energy to it. So he's just going to kind of hold it close to him and see if it makes him feel any better.
Okay.
Or at least reassured.
All right.
Yeah.
Baby
You can
sister's
tell
got you.
You can tell that there's some power to this artifact, though the metal is cold in your hands.
I will... Yeah, I'm just going to spend the next while getting familiar with it then. Just cuddling up next to it and passing out.
All right.
Silme will eventually fall asleep with him.
Bartholomew, go ahead and roll me a perception check for your watch.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Nothing of importance.
He had another nightmare.
Is everyone okay? 17.
Irina just brushes past Bartholomew and collapses into her bedroll.
He'll sit down next to Maybell, pour himself a cup of tea.
Now, if anything happens, just retreat back into the hut, please. Nothing will be able to get you in there. It's like being under the blankets as a child, but it's real.
That never worked for me. Welcome to Barovia.
She puts the hand on his shoulder. You poor thing.
All right. The rest of the night passes without incident.
I don't like the way you said that.
I'm sure it's fine.
Morning comes.
Kefris, get your elbow out of my stomach, please.
Sorry.
His elbow is a little pointier than usual. What is your plan now?
Irina.
Head up to the Wizards of the Wine and see what's going up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because we were told that is the way to get inside of the town, is to do that. Before we head out, though, Irina, do you know what this is? I'll show her the amulet while we're still inside this dome of safety.
She will take it and kind of look at it and say, "This is what we risked our lives for yesterday?"
Apparently.
And this is a very powerful relic. It is ancient. It predates any churches in Barovia. It has no connections to any deities. It is a representation of the goodwill and the faith of the people of Barovia. she just kind of looks at it, and the red gem in the center kind of reflect off of her eyes.
Then I have faith that this will help us in our fight. If this represents the goodwill of the people, then we don't need to bring every Barovian with us to fight the devil. But a little bit of their confidence, I'm sure, will go a long way.
I believe in the right hands. It will be like bringing every Barovian into the fight against the devil.
Okay, I hate to interject here, but can I motion to stop using the term devil, because that's not actually what she is. And it's a little insulting to someone in our company.
Oh, I don't mind.
I mind.
Yes.
Comparing.
I can't help that.
I will be sure to do so. Maybell, my apologies. Is there... would it take a spellcaster of sorts to be in the right hands, or is this a general any hands? Because if...
Well, if you
You're
like,
asking
I can...
me, I do not know. I spent one night learning things from Father Lucian, and even then he only showed me how to take dirt out of water.
Oh.
That's useful.
It is useful, yes, but not really the same
Don't want
kind
to
of
die
useful.
of dysentery on your way to Utopia?
Yes, well, he only showed me how to do it. I've never actually tried it myself.
Oh.
I see.
All right. Well, I mean, I
think we can continue this conversation on the road. Everybody loads up onto the carriage. Who's going to be driving?
Speedy is way
Also,
better at driving.
I'm just assuming that you're taking the carriage. Are you taking the carriage?
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
not gonna
Okay.
walk.
All right, Speedy, you are aware that the Wizard of Wine's vineyard is pretty much back the way you came, almost all the way back to the crossroads where you split off to go up to Lake Bartok, and you just turn south and start heading towards the fields in the southwestern part of Barovia. Everybody go ahead and roll me a religion check on your way over as you try and figure out this holy symbol and converse among yourselves.
Could I identify it?
There's
Oh,
that.
absolutely. You have that?
Yes, I do.
Why, yes, you may.
Ritual caster.
Thank God, because I got a 3.
I got a 5.
I got a rock.
You gotta love this crew, man.
We have a problem. I have magic.
I have
Okay.
a maul.
What does identify do for you exactly?
Identify. You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting this item and what they are. So, like if it's being scryed on. If the items are created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Interesting. All right. So you're basically just taking the holy symbol, kind of turning it over, finding all of the telltale markings of a craftsman, person who might make a magic item, and just sort of going through all of your references. And what you are able to discern is that this is indeed a holy symbol, and it does require attunement from a cleric or a paladin of good alignment.
Oh, good. None of us can use this.
What?
Well, it requires a holy person, someone who is like a cleric or paladin, something like that.
Points over to
A holy
Kefris.
person.
What?
Sorry, you are?
Yeah, I think Irina and Bartholomew both did the same thing, which is to say Bartholomew pointed at Kefris and Irina said, Kefris, he's a holy person.
Oh, no, I mean like a holy magic person. Like someone who is given divine abilities.
Oh, that makes sense.
But
Legend
perhaps
says that the holy symbol was given to a paladin named Lugdana by a giant raven. Only the raven was an angel.
Well, perhaps now Kefris can open himself up to such his god to see if they will, I forget if it's a man or a woman.
It's a dude.
If he will imbue upon you divine abilities.
Well,
Now is as good a time as ever.
that would be a nice change of pace from the blessings I've been getting otherwise.
And besides, cross-classing between a paladin and a barbarian are usually great.
Somewhere a black dragonborn is getting a nosebleed.
Spellcasting synergy, not so much with barbarians, but
No.
okay.
I mean, you could just blow all of your
What
like
on-
spells on smites.
What on Ilmata's green earth are all of you talking about? I am so confused right now. What are these classes? Are you meaning like a merchant?
Mercantile class.
Like a lawman?
Or like in school. God. As you are making your way down the road, you will see Bartholomew, since you are the one driving. Unless is there anybody else who's like up on top of the carriage, or is everybody else inside?
I'm inside.
I would have been on top
I'm
of
gonna
the
guess
carriage. Extra set of eyes, that's what we've been doing.
That's true. Bartholomew and Kefris, you are going to see a tree hanging with like one large dead branch hanging over the road. And what you see hanging from that branch are two ropes. And at the end of one rope is a body. And the carriage is just going to go right past it. So it's kind of hard to ignore. Surrounding the road at this point, the trees have sort of fallen away. And now you have just a widespread, foggy wheat field.
Maybe this soup is fantastic. It's the best soup I've had. The noodles. Wizard.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, Silme. You're not going to want to look out the window anytime soon.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't. Yeah, and there are just two nooses, one body.
What is this? Speedy! And she like pokes her head out of the thing. What is this nonsense?
I didn't do it. What,
You didn't do it.
you yelled at me very accusatorily.
Maybe someone has a guilty conscience.
And unless, like, are you just, do you slow the horses at all, or do you just keep going the same pace?
I think when Silme poked her head out, like Bartholomew would have reined the horses because it's dangerous to have your head poking out of a moving carriage.
I poked it out of the front window, like right
Oh,
next
that's
to you. Yeah.
Okay. As you get closer, you realize that there is well, first of all, you hear a sound like, ah! I'm not any good at that. Hold on.
Dang.
There we go. I'm like, somebody out here can do a bird noise. All right. There's a raven hanging from the highest branch, or not hanging, sitting on the highest branch of this tree. There's only one hang around here. And the raven just kind of scolds at you as you just scolds at you as you approach. And like looking up at the raven, it kind of regards you out of the side of its head and then scolds again. And you can't help but think that it's saying, turn back.
What an oddly sounding raven. You heard that, right?
No.
Should we...
Going this way. Wait, shit.
You shouldn't have said that.
No, I shouldn't. Strahd uses the birds and animals of the land as his spies.
Irina's gonna kind of hang out the window with her arms just kind of like this, and she's like, actually, ravens are a sign of good luck in this country.
So what if a sign of good luck is telling you to turn back?
Irina kind of looks at Bartholomew.
It would probably be fortuitous to listen, but since we're on the job...
Oh.
I'm just gonna keep looking at this bird as we go by.
Okay. So Kefris is looking up at the bird, and the bird just regards you out of the side of its eye, and then will like quickly turn its head so it can look at you with the other eye. Bartholomew, as you go by the hanging body that's just kind of turned away from you, it's slowly turning as you go by it. And as the face turns to face you, you realize that this isn't a human at all. There's just this wide sackcloth grin on the face of a scarecrow. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna make me a set of mechanical T-Rexes to tear me apart. 21.
21?
Yeah.
All right. Suddenly, the sewn mouth of this body splits open, and black feathers kind of fly out of its face as it just at you. But your Barovian sensibilities do not like, you just do not react at all as that happens. And you just kind of like sit there and watch that, like, huh.
That's perturbing.
Quite. Kefris, make a dex save.
Can I see it? Am I making a
I
dex
thought you
save?
were looking at the bird.
Okay, no,
I
I
mean,
was
I
just
guess
wondering.
technically, as far as danger sense goes, it's you can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
As long
Yes,
as I
you
know.
can
Okay, cool.
see it. But I will tell you what you see once I know what your save is.
All right, cool. That's a 10.
Oh, good. That was with advantage?
Yeah. The other roll was a nat 1, so I'm also not
All right,
very dexterous.
So you're looking up at this bird, and then you hear that weird cackle. You turn and realize what's going on with that body, quote unquote, scarecrow hanging from the tree. And then you realize that the rope next to it is snaking up and towards you, almost like a living creature. And it will just wrap itself around your neck and yank.
Cool.
And you guys should enter initiative.
I was almost gonna.
JD, you go ahead and roll JD, you go ahead and roll initiative as well. As everybody else is getting those rolls in, we're going to cut to your character pretty quickly.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor and describe your character as she is heading north up the road towards the old Svalak Road?
Absolutely. So, she is human. She has very dark black hair. It's so black it almost looks blue. Sorry. I typed this up and I want to make sure to remember it. She's wearing brown leather armor and she's middle-aged woman heading down the road. Short black hair.
All right.
Human?
Yes.
And a raven is going to swoop in and land on your shoulder and just kind of go at you. There we go. That was a good one. I just had to get a scarecrow cackle out of me first.
I'll say, hello, friend.
This raven is communicating to you that there are outsiders in danger up the road.
Let's go take a look. And I'll... I'll start heading towards where the crow points.
Yep. The raven will take off of your shoulder
Raven.
and start flying north and lead you there. All right. Speedy, what was your roll?
16.
Kefris.
My roll was a 7.
Excellent. Silme.
1 near 1.
All right. And Rosalia.
I got 12.
Alrighty. So, where we left off with you guys, that rope snaked up and around Kefris's neck, and at just the last moment, he's able to put his hand up and kind of like get a grip on that rope before it just pulls tight and yanks him off of the carriage. But now you are swinging from the branch next to this cackling scarecrow. And the effects of this are you are restrained and suffocating. Silme, you're at the top of the round.
I would like to cast Magic Missile at second level at this freaking all this nonsense at the rope to break my brother free. I should have prepared all of my D4s. Shit.
Welcome.
Magic Missile. Sorry. Every time it's gonna be funny to me. That's 9, 11, 12.
All right. Magic missiles come flying out of the carriage and beat into that rope, and almost instantly it is severed. And Kefris, you are going to fall to the ground and take 6 bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
Sorry.
It's better than dying.
All right. Meanwhile, you hear a rustling from the field, and as though something is running very quickly. And out into the road will skid another scarecrow, and it just rips the cords out of its mouth, and like an entire raven just falls out of its mouth, dead to the ground, and it cackles at you as well. And Kefris, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Why?
Bad fiddlesticks. Bad. I got a 5.
All right. You are... Damn. You are frightened.
Cool.
It's next turn. All right. 2 more scarecrows will come out of the grass behind the carriage and will approach Speedy on either side of him. And will start getting at him with long claws. And one of them is definitely going to miss. The other one rolls a 12.
Misses.
All right. And now it's you, Speedy. There are 3 scarecrows.
Okay. Oh dear.
3 scarecrows on the ground, and one that's just kind of
Oh.
swinging and cackling from a noose in the tree.
Okay. Sorry. Hold on. I need to bust out a D8. So I'm gonna spread these attacks out. One scarecrow gets a 16 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Taking 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Speedy turns, points his crossbow at another one, shoots for 25.
Yes, definitely hits.
For 8 points of piercing damage. And then
All right.
finishing it off at the third scarecrow with a 17 for 9 points of piercing damage.
All right. 9 points of piercing damage, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. You notice that these bolts just kind of go through and through their sackcloth bodies, and they don't seem to be doing as much damage as they should.
Back.
All right. The scarecrow, hanging loose from the noose, is going to lock eyes with Silme. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
This will be fine.
9?
No, I said this will be fine.
Okay.
Oh, you bitch of a dice. You tease. It was out of 20, and then it was just like, lip 2.
All right.
It's so annoying. This is the only dice that does it, and it's just like, it's like Klinko, when it's like, oh, it's gonna go this way.
You too are frightened.
Okay. Ah! Which just means I can't advance towards it, right? Or do I have
You
to
also have disadvantage on attack rolls, I believe.
Okay.
Does somebody want to
Mechanics.
check that for me?
Yep. You can't move any closer, and you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within your line of sight.
Cool.
Alrighty. So, Kefris and Silme, the Melrezkas, are very, very scared of these scary scarecrows when you guys hear more footsteps approaching. But this time, running up the road comes a woman with raven black hair, and Rosalia is on the scene. What do you do?
I run up to one of the scarecrows, whip out my rapier, try to hit it.
Cut it to ribbons.
17.
That will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll
It's
your
gonna be-
damage.
5 damage.
Alrighty. Anything else on your turn, Rosalia?
Nope.
Okay. Do you want to add your sneak attack damage as one of these scarecrows is adjacent to Bartholomew?
That would be lovely. Let me look at this in an actual internet browser.
I think at level 5 it's 2d6?
3d6.
Oh, fuck me, that's way better.
That is way better. That will be 7 more damage.
Nice. Nice. All right, and now, Kefris, it's your turn.
Oh boy. So
You've had an eventful first round.
I got hit to shit. So I am going to rage. And while I am raging, oh no, never mind. I thought that's a different
I know.
barbarian. I always want to not be.
I looked it up.
I know, sad day. That's all right. So I got frightened by one that was in front of me, and then is there a scarecrow that is like away from that one that I could possibly engage with?
Well, there is one that is swinging from a rope right now, right above you.
Pin fucking yada. That's what that is. So I'm gonna smash him. Or at least try to, and I'm gonna be reckless about it. Which is basically like I run up onto the tree that he is hanging off of and then jump off the tree and try and smash him down to the ground.
Nice.
So that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay, and then that is... This is going to be radiant damage. So that is for 12 points of bludgeoning and then 8 points of radiant.
Alrighty. Looks like he didn't like that at all.
All right, second attack.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because
Okay,
we're level
well, the first
5.
attack. That's right. The first attack just completely snaps the branch that he's hanging from, and he just falls to the ground and will take no damage because he halves 1, and half of 1 is 0 in D&D rules. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Okay. Does a 14 hit?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So that is going to be for 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Ouch, 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 ouch.
Yep, that's it for me.
He is looking pretty bad,
Good.
actually. I think that you actually the rope actually pulled so hard on him, and after he had been kind of like lolling his head back and forth on that for who knows how long, his head actually just pops completely off. And for a second, he looks no longer animate, and then his body starts jerking around again, and you can see his claws come up and just sort of a dervish whirl. All right. And then Irina is going to hop out of the carriage, having finally realized what the heck is going on. Oh shit, okay. Things are happening. Here I go. I'm Irina, I'm here to help. And she is going to attack with her long sword and her short sword. And the short sword is definitely going to miss, but she's going to attack with her long sword, and hopefully that helps. How much damage is on a long sword? It's a d8. She rolls a d8. Alright. Great, great, great. Excellent. Alright. That guy takes a little more damage. Alright. And now it is Silme.
Heck yeah, it is. I would like to cast. Everyone's in combat with everyone, isn't it? Aren't they? All right, let's do this shit.
There are 2 scarecrows on Bartholomew. There is 1 scarecrow on Kefris, and there is another scarecrow that's just kind of standing in the middle of the road right now. That is in combat No, Rosalia is in combat with one of the scarecrows on Bartholomew.
Oh,
Is there
sorry. I had one question.
Yes.
Do we repeat the fear save at the end of our turns, or are we just afraid for the next however long?
that was a big jump. Good job.
Thanks.
It's just until the end of the scarecrow's next turn.
Oh, okay, cool. Got it.
Is there a way that I could angle a 30-foot line and not hit any of my friends?
I think that you could get 3.
Solid. Okay. So, Silme's gonna pop up another red dragon scale, which she has an abundance of. You don't know why or how. Maybe she made friends. And she's going to cast Aga Nazar's Scorcher. Nazar's Scorcher.
Is it Agnazar or Aganazar?
Aganazzar.
What the fuck was
Aganazar.
Aganazar's Scorcher. Anyways, they have to make a dex save.
All right. They will.
These dice out.
What am I aiming for?
A 14.
All right. That is a no on 1, yes on 1, and no on 1.
All right, the ones who failed take 9 damage, fire damage, and then the other one takes half, so 4.
When you say half, you mean full, because scarecrows do not like fire.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I use the spell.
How about a little fire, scarecrow?
Oh man, that means those guys who took 9 take double.
Oh shit!
All right.
And then she's gonna get out of the cart, not on the side that there's a scarecrow fighting her brother. You know, she'll just climb up on top, so she has like a great. As long as she's not moving away from the one who she's afraid of, she's going to try and get on top of the cart.
Gotcha. All right. The 2 that took full both fall, just kind of writhing, trying to pat themselves out, and then go still as they just continue to smolder. And the one that did not take full damage is going to express how much it did not like that by running up to Silme, provoking an attack of opportunity from Speedy and Rosalia.
Ooh. Oh, alright. 17?
Yes.
7 points of slashing.
All right.
You're muted, JD.
Sorry, thank you. It was 21 to hit, and then
it
9
definitely
damage
hits.
from me.
Excellent. Alrighty. And that one is going to slash at Silme with its claws, with the fire just still smoldering within its sackcloth smile. A 12 probably doesn't hit you.
You would think that, but I will use shield as a reaction.
You will use shield as a reaction. Okay.
For sure will, because my AC is 11.
All right, so I think that the first claw just goes over your head, and the second claw is gonna go right for your throat. But you bring up your hand at the last second, and it bounces off of your arcane shield. Speedy, it's now you.
You see Speedy take a short sword, cut into his arm, and then it erupts into electricity, and he's gonna just try and do a spinny boy attack at the one that's attacking Silme for a 19 to hit.
Absolutely.
Ooh, hey, Max. I think it's D4. Yeah. 6 points of slashing damage.
All right.
4 points of lightning damage.
Alrighty. Lightning just kind of dances around in its body, and it just kind of twists its entire head around, and you can hear the hay snapping and popping inside of its body as it just smiles at you and turns its head to the side. The scarecrow on the ground is going to pop up like a performing jester, with that noose just still kind of hanging around its neck. Actually, its head is no longer there. Its body pops up like a performing jester, and that noose falls off because it has no neck. And it is going to slash at Kefris.
Oh boy.
That's a no. And that's a no. Wow. That was a 4 and then a natural 1.
I did it.
And then he goes, ta-da! And now it's Rosalia's turn.
Rosalia goes to attack again and says, "What on earth are you doing here?" To the party.
We're doing our best. Stab, stab.
There's something wrong at the winery.
Yeah, no kidding. That's my home.
Well, then we're coming to help you.
She's distracted with conversation and rolls a 5.
Excellent.
Not a 5, a 9. Still doesn't hit.
Surprisingly enough, no, it does not. Kefris, it's all you.
We're being polite! And I'll bring up my maul and I'll slam it down on this creature. I'm going to Reckless the Headless Man. That is
Silme, you're no longer frightened, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not afraid, because I, with my Reckless, got a nat 1 and a nat 20, so that kind of works. I did get double crits. So, I think I have enough dice for this, which is a good feeling.
That is such a flex.
Except I rolled really poorly. So I got 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and then 13 points of radiant damage to go along with it.
Damn, that's enough. You replace this scarecrow's head with a maul, and then it just flattens into the pile of clothes and hay on the ground. And you see like just a bunch of raven bodies just spill out of its belly.
Weird and gross.
Irina is going to rush past you and try and slice open the scarecrow. But
I have a second attack.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah.
Well, then you should do that.
That's what I was planning on doing.
This is something that I need to get used to.
So I am going to turn to, there's one on my sister. I'm definitely going to run over to the one that looked like it tried to claw out her throat and just bring the beat down, if I possibly can. Let's see it. Show me potato salad. That was a 2. So no.
All right. You swing at it and it just kind of twists out of the way. And then Irina will come up behind you. Long sword. That'll hit. Short sword. That'll also hit.
Goddamn scarecrow again.
It's the goddamn scarecrow again. All right. That's going to be 8 from the longsword, which is 4, and then 6, 8, 9 from the longsword, which is another 4, and Irina slices the head off and then slices the body off, and she slices the head off first, and then she slices the torso open, and then a bunch of hay and feathers fall out, and it falls to its knees and falls over. End combat. And Rosalia, that guy, wow, he's got something weird going on. You watch like a horn begin to recede a little bit back into his head.
Are my
Sir,
eyes
are you
still
okay?
yellow?
They're yellow when you rage.
Okay, cool, but not when I'm not raging. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
For now.
Don't like how you said that. So, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Are you okay?
Yes. Ish. Who are you?
My name is Rosalia. I come from the vineyards down the street.
Oh.
Oh, lovely.
Is it
I'm Silme. This is my brother Kefris, my companion Maybell, our guide Bartholomew, and this
Maria.
is Maria, our friend.
Yep.
It's nice to meet you all. One of you said you were coming to investigate. Is that so?
Yes, we have been charged by the town of something with a K,
Presek.
Kresik, to make sure that the winery is fine, because they haven't been getting wine, and then we may enter the city of Kresik.
It's good. Sorry.
Things are not fine. I was heading to Vallaki. We normally don't really rely on outsiders, but we need help. The Raven said you were approaching, so that's why I came to assist you.
The ravens said, "Oh,
At this moment, you'll realize that there are about 15 ravens now alighting on the tree above you.
One of them told us to go back. I think.
Would have been good advice, but I appreciate your help if you're willing.
Most certainly. It seems beneficial not only to us, but to you as well.
would you like to ride in the cart?"
Sure, thank you.
I will help her up. I'm gonna lean over to Maybell. Keep an eye on this one.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Shall we, boys?
I just crawl back up onto the top of the cart.
I have a question. Who has the holy symbol now?
Care for still.
Still me.
Kefir still? All right. As
Yes.
Silme is helping Rosalia up into the cart, Irina will kind of walk over to Kefris and sort of feign helping him back up on top of the cart and whisper to him, "You should be careful with what you have there."
I'm not going to lose it.
Can't hear you.
I'm not going to lose it, if that's what you're afraid of.
I'm not worried about it being lost. And she's going to glance at Rosalia, kind of surreptitiously.
I'll make
Her
sure.
spies are everywhere.
I'll make sure it's hidden. You can trust me on this.
Yep. She will just kind of nudge you in the arm and go and hop into the carriage.
So, Rosalia, are you from Barovia, or are you an outsider like us?
Yes, I was born and raised here. My family has owned the vineyards for generations. We grow all the wine. We make 3 different kinds, but a few years ago, we lost the ability to make one kind. About a week ago, no, 3 weeks ago, time is so funny, Baba Lysaga sent these scarecrows, and they took another stone. That's why we haven't been able to make as much. Then a week ago, Druids and Blights attacked the vineyards and actually drove us out of our home. We've been hiding in the woods ever since.
Oh. What would they want with your vineyard?
Well, a long time ago, a wizard made 3 stones and buried them in the fields. That's how the grapes grow, even with the curse upon our lands. So Baba Lysaga stole one. The one that was lost 10 years ago, we have no idea where it is. But that's probably why they're attacking, is to get the last stone.
Right. 3 stones. And she's taking notes. 3 stones. Would you know what type of stones they were? Would you know what kind of spell was upon them?
I don't. It's just family tradition that a wizard made them.
Do you know which
Maybell
wizard?
Maybell is just
Do
nodding.
I know which
like,
wizard?
You don't. No clue. Meanwhile, Maybell's just nodding along like, yes, of course, this makes sense. Of course, yes, 3 stones, yes. And Irina is just like shaking her head like none of this makes any sense to her. Like, what? Since when has the winery been like this? Baba Lysaga, that is just a myth that people tell their children to make them behave at night.
Like werewolves and vampires?
No, werewolves and vampires are real. Yes,
those are very real.
Those are big, scary things that you should actually be afraid of. Baba Lysaga is not real.
She's very real, friend. Very real.
If the vineyard is in this state, that is probably going to be a very huge problem for all of Barovia. Wine is one of the only things we really have going for us here.
Because of magic.
It's really the only thing that helps people forget their problems.
Well,
Perhaps we should be taking them head on, but that's fine. Well,
There will be riots in Vallaki within weeks if they ran out of wine.
oh no, what will the guards do?
All right. And Rosalia, you would know that there are actually several hundred blights that are just sort of wandering the fields outside of the vineyard right now. Just like riding up in the carriage, it would be basically a death sentence for the horses, at least, because they won't be able to get away from the carriage. What we're going to do, it's probably a little early for a break.
It's fine.
Would you guys be okay with that?
Yeah.
What we're going to do when we come back from the break is a skill challenge, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about that when we get back. But we will see if you guys can get into the winery.
All right. So, with that, we're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So, don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, go to bit.ly to pick up some sweet merch at bit.ly/adventure-merch, because I realized I forgot to say the URL. Or leave us a review on either the audiocast or the VOD that you are currently watching this on. Let us know how we're doing. And with that, we will see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye! Welcome.
Steven!
What the fuck?
It's Tuesday!
Oh, it's a raven. It's just a raven.
Oh,
Flying raven
thank
going
God.
by. Just wave to the raven. Hello. I was weirdly enough getting the same like Monday vibes. I was all like, oh god, who's on today? Oh god.
We have a schedule.
Do you? I don't
random.
want... I'm fine not knowing what the schedule is. I'm scared. All right. So we are...
When we left off.
Yeah, we're at the Rood.
On
Yes.
the road again. Sorry.
You are on your way to the vineyard. It is now in sight. There is rows and rows of grapes leading up to this large farmhouse. And it is still about a mile off. But as you pull up and stop the cart, you can see little bodies just kind of meandering back and forth behind the trellises that the grapes are hanging on. And you don't get a very good look at them, but there's just short, dark bodies that are kind of slumped and just sort of dragging and meandering along with their heads down.
Those are the blights. We shouldn't take the wagon any farther.
I don't like those at all.
Are these graves?
No, they're grapes.
Oh. Good. Because I was going to suggest that we just, like, raise an army and then fight them. I'm kidding, Kefris. I just wanted to see the look on your face. See, it could be worse.
Why did you say that? Why would you say that and breathe that into existence?
I was saying I would control. Anyways, it's fine. I would never, Kefris. There is a line. There is a line, and I will not cross that.
Too soon.
Malrescas, I would keep our voices down.
Oh, sorry.
What
So,
exactly is our plan here?
well, are the blights controlled by the druids?
I don't know how this works.
Yes, the druids have some sort of staff that they're using to control the blights. And the ravens have told me the druids have been seen performing a ritual. It doesn't look good. We need to stop it.
Are they deep in the vineyard or are they off-site?
With the staff. Are they deep
The
in
ravens
with
have
the
told you
staff?
the ravens have told you that they're inside the building.
They've taken over our home, the buildings, everything.
They're making a terrible mess of things.
Can I, from here, make a perception check to see, like, if there's a gap inside where the blights are meandering where we can, like, sneak through?
That sounds like an excellent first roll in a skill challenge. The way that we're going to do this is everybody go ahead and roll initiative and raise your hand if you've ever been in a skill challenge before. Wow, everybody. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Cyberwolf made us do one.
That's right. That's right. And there was also the Bugbear's Bruise one shot.
Yeah.
There was a skill challenge, I remember. All right. So the way that this works is that we're going to roll initiative. Irina will not be included in the initiative. She will, however, give the whole group one reroll in either athletics or perception.
Question.
Answer.
Can we turn Maybell into a owl so she can run recon into my
Yes.
head? Sweet.
Yes.
Doing it.
Yes.
I
All right,
rolled a
you do that.
2 for initiative.
All right. Let's hear what everybody's initiative is. So you said 2 for Silme?
Yeah.
2.
23.
23 for Kefris?
14.
That's like Kefris.
14 for Kefris. I meant Speedy. 23 for Speedy, 14 for Kefris.
13.
And Rosalia. 13.
13
All right.
for Rosalia.
Alrighty. So, for the sake of clarity, transparency, for your information, y'all are going to be attempting to get 5 successes before 3 failures.
Oh,
Ooh.
good.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good thing I'm going last.
So, quick refresher on the rules. You cannot roll the same skill twice in a row, which means you cannot roll the same skill that you rolled last round, and you cannot roll the same skill that the person before you rolled. And there are a few other actions that you can take on your turn that are described in this handout right here that I'm dropping into the chat for all of you, and you as well, JD Lady. One of the options that you can do is you can use any of your spells that would give you a boost to whatever skill you're about to roll, like guidance or bardic inspiration. And that is something that you can do before rolling. You can attempt to roll a check to advance the success meter. You can roll a check to help somebody else. That would be less difficult, but if you fail, then you will give them advantage rather than advantage. And if you roll a failure, each player will have 1 use of lean on another, which means that you can basically make the next check, the person who is next in initiative, make their skill roll harder, but you would forego your failure for that. Are we cool? Do we have any questions?
No.
Nope.
Also, all right. Remember, Irina will give you 1 reroll on athletics or perception. So, you find yourselves standing outside of your carriage. There is blights that are moving about the vineyard. You can count about 50 meandering around, just kind of moving in and out of view. Speedy, you're at the top of the round. You wanted to roll perception?
Yeah, to see if there's any like gaps in their meandering.
All right. Go for it.
18.
18? All right. That is a success. You are able to notice that there is a blind spot, and you are able to begin to guide the party around the outskirts of the vineyard. It's a little bit out of the way. You have to go off of the road and start ducking and weaving in between all of the trellises. Next in initiative is Kefris.
I am definitely going to see about that old athletics check, as honestly that is the one thing I have going for me right now. So athletics, that is a 21.
21 is definitely a success.
Yes.
Describe to me what you're doing
So
for athletics.
So for athletics, it is so Speedy has helped spot and look around to tell, like, okay, we need to go behind the trellises, and then we need to wait for the like mentally it's like the Ocarina of Time guard situation where they're just walking in the very systemic patterns. So for me using athletics, it is like rushing ahead really quick, using the perception roll to kind of like, okay, this is the safe spot. Like go. And just making sure that we can get to the next spot as quickly as possible.
All right. Excellent. Okay. So, like at some point, you can see Irina sort of flagging behind and just sort of grab her by the arm and pull her along. Rosale, you are next in initiative. What are you going to do?
I would like to use my insight to pick it up on if the blights have any movement that they do before they're turning. As they're meandering, is there some signal in their body as far as if they're about to turn, so I can time our movements that way?
All right, excellent. Let's see that roll.
Womp 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 womp.
Yes.
So it's a total of 24.
Wow. All right. So far, no failures, you guys. Silme, what are you gonna do?
No failures. Silme. Great.
You're not a failure. You make our family proud.
Thanks.
Oh.
Wow, that hurts me. Okay, so these guys are magically created, correct?
You might suspect this.
Okay. I would like to use an Arcana check to see if there is assuming they have been, they're connected in some way. So, is there a momentary, blip in the machine so that they, have a blind spot sort of thing? They're, not necessarily all there all the time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Don't eat my necklace. That's a natural 20!
Yes!
Okay, it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Definite success.
Woo! We did it!
This group be acting like a bunch of badasses. All right. So at some point, you are trying to get a read on these things. You are trying to figure out if you can see any sort of runes or anything on them. And at this point, you guys are getting really close to the vineyard, and it is getting a lot closer in terms of there are is a much bigger concentration closer to the building, so you guys are kind of have to split up every now and then as one walks by. And whilst you are split off from the group, you're flagging behind, and everybody else rushes forward, and you have to stop. And one of the blights is just meandering through the trellises, and it walks within a couple of feet of you. And you realize that these things do not have eyes. It's just an empty face with a slack-jawed mouth filled with weird little wooden teeth. And it just kind of stops and tips its head to the side and looks directly at you. And then you hold still, you don't even breathe. And then it turns away and it continues walking. And you realize that these things do not navigate by sight.
As Silme catches up with the rest of the group, she stands up. She's like,
For you audiocast listeners, she's making a no motion with her hand and then covering eyes.
yes, ears, no eyes.
Kefris will just nod.
Top of the round. Speedy.
I'm gonna actually... Shoot. I'm gonna roll a check to aid Kefris on his next to give him advantage on whatever role he's playing. I'm basically using basic survival knowledge to dampen our footsteps so that they can't track us as we walk by some of them. So it's don't step here, points towards the ground. there's like a branch there.
All right. Let's
Let's
see it.
16.
16 will, yes, that will work. Kefris, you have advantage on your roll.
Okay.
Now, this is you only need one more success before you guys succeed. So now would probably be a good time to describe how you get into the building itself.
That's actually what I was going to do, which was make an investigation check to kind of navigate if there is a door or an entryway that we could possibly just kind of find ourselves in, if possible.
All right.
So, as I'm scanning around the house, that is a 21.
Wow. All right. No failures whatsoever. Perfect victory.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it harder next time. All right. So as you approach the house, you realize that there are 3 entryways. There is a little porch with like 3 barrels, which you realize is a place where you dump a bunch of grapes into and you stomp them flat, and that's how you juice your grapes. And there is a door there. You realize that there is another door that seems to go into some sort of workshop. The door on the porch is chained shut. You can see a padlock on the door to the workshop. But there is basically what I can only describe as a loading and unloading garage. There is a cart with no horses, but you can see a light coming from a door that has been smashed open. And there is no lock there because, it's been busted in, but that seems to be the most obvious entrance. And that's at the back of this loading area.
I will motion to our new companion, Rosalia, and point at each of the entryways and just give you a look that more conveys like, this one good, that one good, like kind of getting her read. Because if this is her house, she would know the best location to kind of try and get into.
Funnily enough, your father doesn't trust you with keys anymore. But
Isn't she middle-aged? Is that...
yes, isn't that interesting? But you know that door would be heading towards the fermentation vats.
So I'll relay that.
Just good door, bad door, good door, good door. And then if that's the one that Rosalia points us to, that is the one that I will lead us to, if possible.
All right. How do you approach? I guess everybody's approaching stealthily because, lights.
As soon as we are like in reach of the house and I don't have to walk on the ground anymore, just kind of climbing up onto the wall and climbing around the side of the building towards the door if I can. Because I don't know if they feel through the ground or not.
I would say that Rosalia is familiar with moving around quietly just to avoid conversations with her father. So she knows how to get around quietly.
All right. Then I'm going to want to see stealth checks from everybody as you enter the building.
Of course, my best stat. Uh-oh. Do you want to roll it for me, kid?
Does it run in the family, sister?
Fuck no, I got a 19.
Oh, fuck you. I got a 5.
Lol.
I got kitten luck.
Although...
Irina got a...
We still have that reroll.
Because that was for athletics.
It's only for athletics and...
Yeah.
It's only for athletics and perception and during a skill challenge. We are now out of skill challenge mode.
At a 10.
10? Okay.
And
All right.
then who wants to roll for Speedy?
I do.
Okay.
Somebody have his thing open.
It's an 18.
With D&D Beyond, it's never been easier to find it.
JD! Love you.
Oh my god.
She's part of the family, guys. She's part of the family.
man.
You guys realize that came from C Team, right?
Yeah.
I know. Oh, God.
That's Dex, so that's a 21. Unless he's proficient, and then it's 25. 20. Wow, nope. 23.
Stealth is plus 6 for him.
He is fine. Who rolled the lowest stealth?
Jeffers.
A 5, I'm pretty sure, is low.
I love it. All right. Amazing.
This is what I get for
Wow.
climbing up on the wall trying to be stealthy. Whoops.
I need just a second.
Let me set up the battle map.
Kinda.
You think I'm joking. Or you think you're joking. But I want to know what the marching order is as well.
I said that I was trying to lead us in, so I will be closest to the front.
Okay.
I
would.
Sorry, go
ahead.
ahead.
DM
I was
go.
going to say I'll go next because I'm directing him where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that makes sense.
Silme can be in the back, following directly in Speedy's footprints, hence why I was so stealthy.
All right,
Good job,
Irina
you got like
will.
a 24 on your stealth roll. You're welcome.
I think that Bartholomew will. Oh, hi! Bartholomew's actually here to decide this. We're deciding. We're deciding marching order. Kefris is in the front. Rosalia is right behind him. I'm guessing Bartholomew would be right behind them as he's sort of guiding where to step. Then it would be Irina and then Silme bringing up the back.
My grandma says hi, by the way.
Oh, hi, RJ's grandma.
Happy birthday soon.
That's really sad. I'm gonna kill you now.
What?
He rolls a 24. I rolled.
He did. I rolled a 5.
He rolled a 24. Kefris is just crawling along the walls at this point, and he will just kind of crawl around a corner. And as you do so, how high up the wall?
Oh, I was not very high at all. It was like chest height, maybe like
Chest height?
4 or 5 feet
Okay.
up. Yeah.
So you kind of crawl around this door frame and enter into a large room. There are 2 stories to this room, and there are 4 fermentation vats. And in the middle of the room, there is a set of stairs that sort of separates the fermentation vats into groups of 2. So there's 2 on one side, 2 on the other. And you guys are right next to a set of 2. And those stairs lead up to a rail that goes around about halfway up the room. And this actually kind of reminds you a little bit about the Blue Water Inn. And it seems like this is a familiar piece of architecture. The Mardikovs seem to like big open areas like this. And so your eyes kind of follow those stairs up to the railing, and then you see a bit of movement. And what you realize is that there is a figure who's kind of hunched over, crouched on the rail, with just like these dirty bare feet just kind of gripping onto the rail. And she is digging around into some dirty, mossy furs that she's wearing. And she will kind of almost theatrically pull out a vial that is filled with this thick green liquid. And she unstoppers it and just starts pouring it into the vat. And she has this long, matted hair, and she's wearing a goat mask on her head. And as you are looking at that and just kind of going like, huh, that's happening, you will realize that there is you'll see another bit of movement out of the corner of your eye, Kepharis, and look down and see a little tiny creature just about up to knee height, and it's just kind of staring at you. And when I say staring at you, it's not really staring at you because it doesn't have eyes, but it's a little creature made out of dark wood, and it's got these little needle-like arms that are just kind of how should I say it?
Sharp and stabby.
Yeah, sharp and stabby is a good way of putting it. And it is just sort of staring at you in that weird eyeless way. And you will also notice that just filling this entire room is what seems to be tinder, as though people had been gathering firewood to just burn this whole place down. And whilst this little creature is staring at you, it will open its little mouth and just let out a terrible ear-splitting screech.
Whoops.
And start pointing at you up on the wall with its little needle-like arm.
So much for a quiet entrance.
This is quieter than we've done in the past. And I want to grab it, and if I can, throw it out of the door that we just came through.
Okay.
Doppler effect screaming.
Okay, you do that.
Nope.
I'll allow this. Zoop! But meanwhile, it's too late. That woman crouched up on the railing seems to have noticed you, and she will point at you and yell something, and then you hear a loud crunching noise, and you don't know where it's coming from, and then you hear it again. It's just this hollow thump against wood, and it happens again and again, and then finally you realize it's coming from the vat next to you, and then the whole thing just busts open, and an ocean of these little guys just comes pouring out. Time to roll initiative.
An ocean is a good adjective. That is my 7.
7 for Kepharis.
18.
Can any of you do area of effect?
Oh, can I?
Remember, the room is filled with tinder. So swipe right.
Oh God. How did I know that was coming? What'd you get, Silme?
Trace.
All right, and Rosalia? Is it Rosalia or Rosalia?
Rosalia.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
All right. And Irina rolled a 19 on the die, surprisingly enough. All right. So, I'm going to let you guys know this is going to be a big combat that I have to work pretty hard to keep track of. So forgive me if I start forgetting things.
If you need time to prep mid-combat, we can always plug D&D Beyond.
Oh, no, I am prepped. Trust me. There was like hours and hours over the weekend when I was just like, I'm going to have this ready to go. But that being said, up in the rafters, you guys start hearing the cawing of ravens. And there are just like you look up and you realize that they are just dense with these dark birds, and they all just start taking wing as this whole room erupts into chaos. And each one of you is going to gain control of a swarm of ravens that are on your side, and they will all just go on the initiative immediately after yours. So I will give you the swarm of ravens stat block. I thought I had it in my notes, so instead I'm just going to throw you the Roll20 compendium link.
Well, what you can do is that if you go to D&D Beyond,
D&D Beyond!
and then you go to Beast
Also
Familiar,
that.
in your extras, then you can add a flock of... No, it's all swarms. So a swarm of ravens.
Swarm of ravens.
Boom. Thanks, D&D Beyond.
Thank you, D&D Beyond.
We're not sponsored by you, but we could be. Play your cards right. Have your people contact me, because I am my people.
I am my people.
I am my people.
Both Stephen.
Yes.
Alrighty. I'm just giving all of the ravens the same initiatives as you. And then I sort. And then I am ready to go, and I know Rosalia is at the top of the round. So there are little blights, just these tiny little effigies of human beings springing to life and pouring out of all of the cracks and dark places of this room. And a bunch of ravens are coming down to assist you. What do you do?
I shout out, "Caw!" and tell my swarm of ravens to attack one of the little critters.
Okay. You go ahead and decide your character action first, and then we'll resolve the swarm of ravens.
And I'm going to try to stab one of the characters with my rapier.
What?
One of the little
Not
guys,
stab,
one
wait.
of us.
You said characters.
Critters!
Oh, thank
Critters.
God. I was like, what, did you just turn
I stood
Kodos?
behind Speedy and...
Aha! You have fallen into my trap!
No.
Not all guests are good. Not all guests are good.
No, I go up to one of the little guys and swipe at him with my rapier. Is 22 good enough?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Awesome. So...
And another thing about this, each one of these little guys, 1 hit point. So if you hit, then assume it's dead.
Okay. If only I had like a fan of blades.
I do.
If only.
If only I
All right.
had a blade.
All right. And then your swarm of ravens is going to attack as well?
Yes.
All right. Can you roll for them, please?
Is 13 good enough to hit?
Yes, it is.
Yay! That's 2 down.
Zoop. All right. And next up in the initiative is going to be Irina. She will rush up and just start trying to spear these guys on her swords. One of those will hit, and the other one will hit. What you guys are trying to go for here is a 13. So another 2 boys are down. Now it is one of the effigies that are dead, and now it is the Druid. And what she's going to do is raise her hand, kind of grab a bit of fog out of the air. She just kind of like moves her hand in a circular motion and then holds it there. And then she's going to blow it down onto the floor and cast Fog Cloud. And essentially, the bottom floor of this building is now in a fog cloud, which is very not good for you guys, because now everything on the bottom floor is obscured.
And she's on second floor?
She's up on the second floor.
Got it.
I say to the man with the climb speed. All right, Speedy.
There's that small gust of wind as bonus action, casting Zephyr Strike on myself, increasing my movement speed an additional 10 feet, so I got 40 feet of movement. No, it's the first turn of combat. I'm at 50 feet of movement.
Shoot, bro. Where you going with all that movement?
He's going upstairs to go shank a bitch.
Alrighty. So Speedy just starts rushing past everybody in the party. You kind of feel Speedy move past you, and you go running up the stairs. And go ahead and roll me an attack against this druid, who I am dubbing Goat.
Meh. So does a bang bang 21.
Oh, yes, it does. Of course it does.
Ooh. 6 points of slashing damage. 7 points of force damage.
Ow.
And here comes the second attack. Does a 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Oh no, it's this dice. Aha.
God, I can't believe I was worried about you guys.
11 points of... Wait, what damage type is this? Sorry, too many shit.
It's okay. Trust me, you're going to be waiting on me in a minute.
Of whatever damage type. Slashing.
Slashing?
11 points of slashing. Yeah.
All right. She is not looking good. I believe that this is very much an anime moment where you come up to her and
It's the thing I showed you guys.
Yes, it is. You're using swords, right?
He's using the one short sword. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, and like she spits up a little bit of blood and does not look happy about that. What is your swarm of ravens going to do?
I have command over them.
You do. As a player, you have command
As
over
a player,
them.
okay. I guess they're gonna start pecking wildly inside the fog.
All right.
Disadvantage.
Send ravens down.
Did she make her con checks to maintain the fog?
Damn, you're right. She fails. The fog drops.
Bzz.
The fog immediately clears, and like almost like in a like. Have you ever walked into a kitchen that was infested by cockroaches and flicked on the light?
Yeah.
That's basically what you see. The ground is just coated with these little twig effigies, and they all just.
Do they run away from the light?
They run away towards you.
Oh no. Okay.
Tell me what your Swarm of Ravens does. Give me beak roll.
Bang, bang. They're gonna claw at somebody close.
All right.
Or no, beaks at somebody. 14.
14. That will hit.
Cool. They just go at it.
Excellent. All right. They just start picking up these little effigies and flying off with them, and they're just screaming and clawing. All right. That is Speedy and his ravens. Effigy time. A couple of them are going to climb up on Irina and start to harry her. Another 2 are going to start to harry Rosalia. And a few more are going to harry Silme.
Barbarians just sitting there like, huh, not me this time.
You're up on a wall, bro. Where is my 4th d20? There you are. Alrighty then. So these are for Irina. Ooh. $15 will not hit, 18 will hit, 14 will not hit, and 17 will hit. So here comes damage. She's going to take 5 damage. All right. Here comes the ones for Rosalia. 7 will not hit, 7 will not hit, 6 will not hit. How about 16?
That will hit.
That will hit. All right, here comes damage.
Thanks, brother.
Don't worry about it, sister.
All right, 3 piercing damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Boo-boo!
I'll get faster at this as I figure things out. Uncanny dodge. You have that. Right? That's what that means.
Is
Kefris,
half
it's now
of
your turn.
3 1 or 2 in 5e?
1.
It's 1.
Okay.
Round down always.
Always round down. Kefris, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to skedoodle up the wall until I can see, or at least until I can hit this here druid. Because as far as Kefris knows, one, he feels like he's pretty confident at fighting magic casters, and also, well, Speedy did quite the number on this one. But I am going to.
You can't too.
I'm gonna rage when I do it.
All right.
That dice is gone forever.
As he goes over, brother, I'm like, no. Okay.
Ah! Did any of them make attacks of opportunity against me as I leave?
Ironically, they were not on that side of the room.
Nice! And I'm definitely going to try and smage. Wow, that's a 5 and a 4 on the dice, so a 10.
That, unfortunately, will not hit the druid.
That is okay. I'm going to use my second attack. Try again. Does a 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Excellent. So that is going to be for 11 points of bludgeoning damage and 7 points of radiant damage.
All right, how do you kill this druid?
So I like to imagine that, like, she's near the ledge. Speedy has just come up, started doing all of this shenanigans. And is it, like, we can clearly see that second floor ledge where she is? So if that's the case, then Kefris would just...
Yeah, there's, like,
okay.
rails.
He would climb up behind her and just crack her left side with his maul, so she just goes ass over tea kettle off the side railing and falls down onto the ground.
Right. She was standing right over a vat, so she would just fall directly in.
Yep.
There is a sploosh and a splash of red liquid comes up, and there are a few bubbles, and she does not return to the surface.
And if I have any movement left, I would just kind of, like, yell out and then jump back down into the fray. Just, ah!
All right. Excellent. You land next to a bunch of these screaming, skittering little effigies.
Yuck. All right, and then my ravens will just attack some of the little dudes. And that
All right.
that is a 5 on the dice, so they did not get that.
Okay. Alrighty. More effigies. They are going to attack the ravens. And only one of them is going to hit. And these are your ravens that they're attacking, Kefris. They are
Okay.
only going to take half damage because they have resistance.
Sure.
Actually, no, I decided against that. They don't have resistance.
Sure.
Against. Alrighty. Silme, it's your turn.
Oh. Are there any blights around me?
Yes. You have, like, a small crowd just all around you.
Are any of my
Roiling.
companions within 10 feet of me?
Rosalia and Irina.
All right, cool. Am I by the staircase at all?
No, you're quite far from the staircase. You're in the doorway.
Okay. I wanted to do something cool. I wanted my brother to throw me, but that's all right. Silme is going to wade out into these creatures and get where she is outside of 10 feet away from her friends and cast herself a spell.
All right.
Am I provoking? I assume.
You're already within 10 feet of those friends.
No, I don't want to be within 10 feet of friends.
Oh, you don't want to be?
Right.
Okay. Yes, you will provoke.
Okay. This is fine.
What's your AC again?
11.
11. That's a funny joke.
But I can use shield.
All right. 4 of them would hit.
Okay. That's not a lot of damage.
I mean, it's D4s and it's D6s.
Oh.
It's D6s, and that shit adds up.
Does shield was there one that was under 16? Or were there some that were under 16? Because I will shield.
Most of them were under 16. 2 of them were not.
Okay. I will shield. So 2 of them will still hit.
All right. You take 11 piercing damage.
Huh.
Ouch, ouch, ouch,
Ouch, ouch, ouch, ouch, ouch. And then I will cast at 3rd level Earth Tremor.
Oh, God.
So I cause a tremor around me within 10 feet. So everything within 10 feet needs to make a dex save.
Alrighty.
Even if they fail, they'll take half damage, so they'll all die, right?
Oh, God. Holy fuck. All right, well, all those guys failed.
So how you inflate your kill count?
Right.
What was the DC there?
14.
14? Okay. All right. Oh, but one of those guys failed. Nat 20 on one of them. All right, so only 2 survive this. You wade out into the middle of the room, and you just... and
Superhero landing.
a bunch of these little fuckers just go flying.
Sweet. They take half damage.
They all
Right.
have 1 HP.
Yeah, so even if they failed.
Now, there's the rub. I'm using a 4th edition mechanic here called minions. And minions have 1 HP until they take half damage on something.
Yeah.
Then they just don't take damage if they succeed on a save.
Okay, that's fine. And the ground around me is now difficult terrain.
Wow. Okay.
And I just go, ow, and I like shake my hand as I stand up because I punched the ground.
There's a lot of you that's hurting right now. What do your ravens do?
My ravens are gonna attack. Go to extras. Prepare.
Right,
They're going to.
Currently, there are a few on you. There are a bunch on Irina and Rosalia, and there are a ton on Kefris.
Okay, we're gonna go protect Kefris.
All right, roll for me.
No, we're gonna protect me because I'm sorry. I'm very squishy.
Okay, roll for me.
That's 3 + 4. My selfishness did not pay off.
Aw, it's a shame.
Sorry, brother.
Sorry, brother. Sorry it had to be this way. All right. Woof. Okay. Those guys are still alive, so they're gonna attack Kefris.
Ah!
Natural 1.
Some good shit.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
What about a 15?
15 just hits.
Just hits. All right, here comes damage from those guys. You are going to take 11 slashing damage.
Okay. Rounds down to 5.
All right. Top of the round. Rosalia, it's all you.
I go to attack one of the little guys.
All right. There are quite a few around you, so you have your pick. Go for it.
That's going to be 27. Not 27, 25.
Definitely hits.
So.
Dead.
And
Go ahead
then
for your ravens.
it's a 15.
15 definitely hits. More dead. Ravens coming down, picking up little guys. All right.
Ah!
Irina is going to attack. Both of those will hit. 2 more little guys go down on her swords, and like at this point she's just kind of like shish kebabbing them. And now it is Goat, who is dead. Now Speedy.
Speedy hangs over the railing, points his crossbow down. Pap pap. That's a natural 1.
All right.
And that is a natural 20.
Nice. Is that all you can do?
That's my action bonus. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna stay here and snipe.
Go ahead and roll for your ravens.
Caw, 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 caw.
Caw. 17.
Yes.
Definitely hits. More are dead. You're just picking off the ones around Kefris at this point. All right. Now it is more effigies who are dead. All right. There are still a few who are alive that are on Silme, and they are going to attack her. Does the 15 hit?
Not if I shield.
You gonna do that again?
Yeah.
All right. Shield, and all these little guys just start bouncing off of it.
Ah.
All right, and now it's Kefris again. The room is starting to become quieter, but it's starting to look a little bit more manageable. You have about 6 of these little terrors just biting at your ankles.
Oh, I'm playing fucking whack-a-mole. This is a great day for Kefris. And he's just going to be swinging down. I won't reckless. That doesn't seem like a good idea when there's so many of them. So a 19 to hit, and I crush it, because at this point, I can't do less than, like, 7 damage on my first hit.
Of course.
And second attack hits as well.
All right. More are dead.
Yes, and then my ravens.
Roll for your ravens.
That's another 3! Yes, ravens.
Wow.
Call out all of the bad rolls from my dice and let Kefris do the swinging.
Your ravens are currently trying to take out the ones that are harrying Silme.
Mm-hmm.
There are actually so many ravens right now trying to help out Silme, and she just can't catch a break. All right. Speaking of which, those guys are dead. And those guys will attack Kefris. Miss and miss. All right. Silme, it's you.
My turn?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That came around a lot quicker the second time. Cool.
There's a lot more dead effigies this time around.
You
True
nuked
that.
them.
You fucking nuked them.
Would it be a good idea to do that again? Are there that many around me?
Around you, there are pretty much 2. There are 2 of them that are just kind of gnawing at your ankles.
All right, let's get this with a magic missile. Pew-pew!
All right.
And then I'll send the third one off to protect someone else.
All right. 2 of them are dead. Currently, the only ones that are alive are on Kefris right now. And there is just 3 of them left. And
Now there's 2, right?
No, because
there were 4.
Yeah.
And then it was reduced to, yeah.
Magic missile.
All right. Magic missile. All right, they're going to attack Kefris. 18 hits, 16?
16 hits, yeah.
All right, damage. All right, that's going to be 10 slashing damage on Kefris. Top of the round, it's Rosalia again. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, it says that you have audio on Zoom, but we can't hear you.
Tripsy pushed the button.
Oh, what a great cat.
Okay. And 9 is not going to hit. That's what I said.
Ah, I see. All right.
But I'll try with my ravens.
Let's see it.
And they rolled a 14 and then plus 4, so 18.
That definitely hits. A few more go flying off. And Speedy.
Speedy?
Oh, sorry. I thought Irina was...
Oh, did I miss Irina?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I completely missed Irina. She's going to
That's
go
why
running
my
up.
brain blanked. I was just like, what?
One of those will hit. And the other one will hit. All right. Boom, boom. Irina finishes them off.
Hey.
You are left in a room full of dead twigs. And all of the ravens just sort of swirl up together and then just go flying out the windows. Ah, 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 ah. And you are left in a room filled with just like kindling everywhere. The floor is wet where a druid fell into a vat of unfermented wine. There are raven feathers just kind of strudel across the floor. And all of you have a moment to catch your breaths. What do you do?
Silme starts making her way out of the broken ground and shit that's around her. Moving at half speed.
I'm gonna touch Silme. Oh. You heal 11.
What?
I have cure wounds.
I know. Why you gotta say it like that?
Oh, sorry. Pat her on the shoulder. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Did you see that? That was pretty cool. I was going to use fire, and then I thought, alcohol. Probably not.
Well, it's unfermented. It means that there's no alcohol in it yet. because
It's still a
Rosalia-
lot of dried wood. I appreciate your caution.
But that was probably very loud.
Rosalia, having a look at these vats of wine, one of them was empty, and the other three were like just sitting and waiting to get ripe, ready for the old drinky drink. But like, I imagine you kind of have some vested interest in whether or not this wine is okay, and it does not smell right.
I think she'd already put some of that liquid in these other vats.
Oh,
I
no.
think they've spoiled the batch.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
can I fish the druid out of the vat?
That's what I was
Absolutely.
going to be doing, yeah. Because like I
Helping
can
out
just
with like the maul and like.
well, it's like I can climb onto the vat and then like halfway in to just sort of fish her if I can.
I wouldn't touch that, brother.
Yeah.
The waters. I'm not certain that it's safe.
Well, it's not really water; it's wine.
Always do
You
what you
pulled
want.
this-
I don't care anymore.
You pull this wet, limp body just covered in furs and moss and dirt, and now soaked with wine, and just kind of dump it onto the ground.
Gross. Pat her down.
The wine itself doesn't look too good either. You pat her down. You find an empty vial, and it has a sour smell to it. What the hey? You find two more.
Full or empty?
You find 3 total empty vials.
Okay. Well, talk about the bad batch.
So, do you know if there would be more of people like her here?
Does she have a staff?
I don't
No.
think so.
There's more. They're using a staff to control the blights.
Would it be beneficial to dress up as her to infiltrate?
I have a better idea. Instead of stripping a dead body, I can just turn myself into her. I can
That's
do
wear the
something that he-
mask.
Definitely did in the Bone Grinder. That is a thing that he can just do.
I just wanted to wear the mask. But no, that sounds great, yes.
the mask that's been dumped inside of the bad wine.
Well,
We don't
I mean,
know.
I can clean it.
Sister, you're doing me a concern right now. First, you start like partially joking about little bit of light necromancy. Oh, it's fine. And now you're wanting to wear bone masks. Is there something we need to address?
Kefris, only one of my spells deals with necromancy, and it's fine.
Light necromancy is the name of my ska band.
What?
Can
Just a cantrip.
Can I do a sniff on one of the vials to see if I recognize what was inside?
Absolutely.
Ooh. $11?
Whatever it wasn't good. It smells real bad, and that's definitely going to ruin the taste of the wine.
I really wanted to drink that batch.
Well, maybe we'll find more wine. This is a winery.
That's it. That's all you have. I mean, like there is a shipment sitting on the cart in the loading area right now, but as far as that goes, this is all you've got. You've got a shipment in the cart, and then all of these fermentation vats. That's it. And you are down 2 stones right now. There ain't going to be any more grapes coming in. Things are looking pretty dire.
we need to find that staff.
It's somewhere in the house. Or is it
Yes?
somewhere else?
All I know is the druids have it.
All right.
Plural, right.
All right, so we should check out the rest of the house, just in case. If there are any druids here, we lay the smack down on them like we did the last one.
Are we okay with just killing them?
They're bad people.
Are all bad? Are you sure? Where we come from, druids are not bad people.
She was
Actively
spoiling.
poisoning the wine.
I'm
Spoiling
just
the
saying.
wine. In control of like hundreds upon hundreds of those wooden fuckos that we just killed.
All
Will
right,
you
all right,
just
it's fine.
stop?
I just wanted to check.
I mean,
Those things
like,
very nearly killed you. I saw. It was not
Okay,
good.
I was down to half my health. I understand. I'm just saying that, people here think that, lycanthropy is something that people should die for, and maybe it's not. So, maybe our views are a little skewed, all right?
well, I'm sorry that's part of my culture.
Sister. Sister.
Yes.
There is a cure for a curse, but there's not a cure for a bad heart.
That's very poetic of you, Kefris.
They are bad people. They are doing bad things with the land. This is not the will of the people. From what we have been told by Rosalia and by everyone else, the people here need wine. Well, again, kind of like addressing the wrong... It's fine.
Right. Understood. All right. Let us go, and we can take care of things. Hopefully we can just get it over with quickly. Perhaps drive them out? What if we scare them off?
And they run with the staff, so they can do it all over again.
It's a numbers game at this point, and right now, as much and as strong as we are, and as much as we've proven ourselves, we're still losing on the numbers front. I've apparently been able to take quite a beating since we've gotten here, but I don't think that I would be able to take all of them on.
Right. Okay. So what's the
For
plan?
what it's worth, these people worship the devil. These people worship Strahd.
Okay. Just clarifying. Thank you for your correction. Okay. All right.
If Strahd is the
What's
land,
the plan?
the attack is check the rest of the house, and if the staff that we need isn't in this house, then we find out where the staff is.
But all right, that's a good general plan. What is our immediate plan? Are we going to? Speedy is going to disguise himself as one of the druids, and
Just putting it out there, I'm almost tapped for magic, so maybe the disguise plan is not a good idea. Just in case we need a little pick-me-up.
I could cover myself in dirt and do it, if it must be done. I'm just saying. Maybell,
You sound
I
so...
can see that face.
I imagined it was the Key and Peele sweating meme when you were like, I could cover myself in dirt, and Maybell's just sweating bullets.
There's an owl up in the rafters that that just kind of turns her head completely around, so you don't have to look at her face.
Might be worth it.
I
At
could-
least.
Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying we could get in easier, could travel easier.
I can check out the rest of the house quietly.
I can help you.
All right.
And stealth team gonna cut the pie up in here.
All right.
Yell loudly if you need us.
You'll hear a kablow. And
If we need you, you'll hear it.
I don't like splitting the party, but
I don't either.
We'll wait for your signal.
But Sister, our track record
Sorry.
with being stealthy hasn't exactly been the
I'm
best.
sorry. I did great.
Owl,
I don't know. You
Neil.
fell off the wall.
We're doing it right now. We are doing
Oh,
the not
right,
stealthy
sorry.
thing right now.
Maybell, would you go with them and I will I will be alongside you, or Maybell will be alongside you and I will be in her head.
She will flip her head back around and blink, and those owl eyes will disappear and be replaced with, what color eyes are yours?
Blue? Blue.
Blue. Yeah, those bright yellow owl eyes will just kind of flicker away as she blinks and be replaced with Silme's beautiful
Green.
baby blues.
Green, sorry.
Beautiful, beautiful baby green.
Bartholomew's gonna like raise a arm for, what's it?
Maybell?
Yeah, Maybell to perch.
Yep. The two of you give me stealth checks. Ooh.
Silme puts her hand out for her brother.
13.
13.
1.
All right.
He takes it.
21.
Yeah.
All right. So this building has 2 stories, and Rosalia is very familiar with it as it is her childhood home. You guys, do you split up or are you sticking together?
Together. Bravo team.
All right. You are able to basically cover the entire square footage of the house. You sneak up the stairs and point a crossbow or a sword down every room. Rosalia, you have ravens that come and perch on your shoulder and whisper into your ear whether or not there are things around the corner. And they're most often they've just got like croaky little voices, and the two of you are able to cover the entire square footage of the house. You find no plants on the upper floors. However, when you get to the stairs that lead down to the basement, you can see that there are these tangled roots that have basically dug into the very stone of the masonry of the house, and has basically just kind of spiderwebbed its way up the stairs from the basement, and there are strange sounds coming from down there.
Bartholomew's gonna wave his hand in front of Maybell's face and then do a double point towards the door.
Or Talon squeeze your shoulder.
I don't feel comfortable going down there without everyone else.
I agree, and I believe Silme might be able to do something about those roots.
All right, you guys double back?
Bartholomew will like hide and wait and just watch the door, and he'll signal for Rosalia to go get the
I'll
other.
go back.
Okay. Bartholomew, as you're waiting for everybody else to arrive, you had peeked into this room before, but you hadn't really given it a like more of a look than just to find out if there are any enemies in there. And you notice that there are just like a couple of toys strewn across the floor, and it seems to be the room of a few small children. And it just sort of dawns on you for the first time that this is like a family lives here. Like this isn't just a place of business. This is someone's home. And Rosalia, you arrive back at the Malrezkas.
Everything all right?
There was no one upstairs. no one on this floor, but going to the basement, it looks like they've cast some sort of spell to put roots growing through the stairs. So we want everyone else to come and help us proceed further.
Yes, of course. And I'll kind of help pick my sister up.
You're going to carry me?
No. I mean, like, if you were on the ground, like sitting on the ground, so that way you could do your eye thing, I would help you up to your feet.
I'm gonna come out of it. You know that you could have told it to the bird, and then I would have. That's why she's there with you.
He did pointy, and no one came, so.
Wow.
I waved a hand in front of Mabel's face and then pointed at the door.
Did he?
We tried to signal.
Well,
sorry, I must have been.
We should have worked that out ahead of time.
Kefris just does a slow side glance at his sister and then just straightens
What?
up.
My understanding was that the signal was kablow. I heard no kablow. Let's go.
We're still trying to be sneaky.
Yes. Still sneaky.
We are still figuring this out. Sneaking is not my forte.
Let us go. We follow.
And so they do.
All right.
Absent-minded scritches for Maybell.
She seems to enjoy this for a little bit, and then seems to think that this isn't proper, and then just kind of nips at your ear for you to stop. And as the group reunites, you all can see that these roots are just kind of twirled up the staircase leading down to the basement, and there is an ominous green light thrumming up from the below. And you can also just hear strange sounds and chanting coming from there. And I think that's where we're going to leave off for this week.
Cool.
Spooky as hell. So, I am on the edge of my seat right now, but that's fine. I would like to say, Danae, thank you for running such a wonderful game again this week. This is incredible. I'm excited for some Nights in the Courtyard talk because I definitely have thoughts. I have thoughts and feelings. But that is our show. So, Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
My name's Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D, and a lot of stuff on this channel. I am also here on Mondays as Coriander the Elegant Paladin, and I run Curse of Strahd on Tuesdays, which is here right now. DanaeKeener.com.
All right. And RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and play video games on Wednesday and hopefully Friday. You can catch me here on the Monday night show or the Homebrew setting as Kalen the Shadowkai Cleric. Here on Tuesdays, our Bartholomew the Human Ranger. Wow, I was going to say Rogue. And also on Pro Restarter's channel on Sunday with LBHackEmUp as we play our way through Cypher System, where I am the... I can't even remember what I said yesterday. Robo Barista... I'll rewatch the VOD later. I can't remember. 8:30 p.m. EST.
All right.
8. Sorry.
All right, and JD, where can we find you? What do you do?
So I'm JD Lady on Twitter and Instagram. I mostly tweet and share pictures of knitting and talk about D&D. You can usually find me here in the chats watching Mondays, Tuesdays, and because Wednesdays I'm usually doing something else, and Thursdays I'm catching up on other shows. So, but I will catch up on Saltmarsh one of these days.
Yes.
And of course, in the Discord with all these fine friends.
best friends. LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the tweets where I have my schedule. Mondays and Tuesdays I'm here. Wednesdays I'm on Dammit Barry's channel doing our Saltmarsh game, which again has veered from the Saltmarsh game on here, so it's safe to watch both without spoilers, maybe. I don't know. Sunday you can find me at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Encounter Roleplay's channel with the great Graybeard. We're doing an apocalypse system, time travel. Super fun. And then directly after that, I am with RJ on Pro Restarter's channel doing the cipher system as Crazy Ophi. Yeah, TheNateKeener.com.
That's my lie.
Hello, everybody. If you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you do not, hey fella, how's it going? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We got a variety of shows, including community one-shots on Wednesdays, which are tomorrow. But tomorrow I am going to be painting miniatures with a dear friend. So if you're interested in a casual art stream, that is what you can expect tomorrow. And then on Wednesdays or Thursdays, that is our Ghosts of Saltmarsh game, which we have brought in some new content into Saltmarsh. So I'm very excited to see where all that is going to go. Other than that, we have all of our shows on AudioCast. So if you are interested on catching up on any of the shows, you can go to pretty much anywhere, search up Indoor Adventures, and you will find us there. I am vowing to make this year the year that we beat the Indoor Air Conditioning Repair Podcast in terms of searchability. So leave us a review, leave us positive comments, so that way we can have better ratings and our algorithm will work in our favor versus those guys who make sure that your indoors are cooled instead of just being awesome like we do. And with that, we also have Patreon. So if you want to get access to our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, you can support us on there, because that is where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community at large. And like I said, I have questions I want to ask tonight. So with that in mind, thank you, Danae, for once again running this game. Thank you, JD, for coming by and being our excellent guest. And we will see all of you wonderful people next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.